we have two quests. This one is to basically turn in wells, which we don't want to do. So it might be the only botched quest we end up with. We really should have just told that lady. We said, I think we ended up with the neutral, we'll see what happens, knowing full well that we weren't going to. We should have just said no. But oh well. Let's return to Phineas. Why don't we go to Typhon? Or Hephaestus? Or Tartarus?
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
I wonder if there's certain companion quests, because we didn't pick up any companions. Apparently that trip made us very thirsty. Hello, Phineas.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists.
Oh, good.
All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Found your chemicals in the Ministry. The board was testing them on human subjects.
Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
These are all the chemicals I could get. Any more and I would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10.
The colony's on the verge of collapse. The board's been trying to cover it up.
I know. I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die.
It's the same information, just a spin on how we put it. We can say the board's got a plan to save us. They're going to freeze all the workers, or it gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Now we need to think about this. There has to be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists,
different plan?
engineers, artists. The brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Oh man, I can't do that. I'm open to suggestions.
All right, I've got it. We can't possibly take my lab and all my equipment to the Hope, yes? That would be insane, so we do the slightly less insane thing. We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my
Well, that's
lab.
what we were going to suggest if we were smarter. Alright, walk me through this.
If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
I'll do it.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems.
Because they're smarter than the board.
The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
So we've arrived. The adjutant asked me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not going to do it.
You absolutely should.
What? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcasm. The last refuge of the witless.
I'm good, man.
The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some
Ah,
time.
nice. I get it. You sure? Okay. I get it. You want to prepare.
The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
That sounds promising. Okay. I want to talk about the Hope.
Certainly. How can I help?
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
I need to know the risks.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? People aren't going to notice a gigantic colony ship slamming into the rings of Terra 2?
Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
All right. Send corrupted tracking signal.
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Return to Ada. All right, Ada, what do you got for us?
Captain, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Well, that's interesting. Byzantium's a big place.
Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Now I'm not sure. Okay, let's against better judgment, let's go see this adjutant.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Those are tinkered to max, so that's good. What is that? No. Store that. It looks like you may have misplaced your discrepancy amplifier. No, that's fine. It's here. I haven't misplaced it. Have a drink. And something to eat, maybe? Some crackers and cheese. Pea-free nuts, purple berries, all packed up, refrigerated on a person. I need a sugary drink. Just have a regular sugary drink. There we go. Sold. Full stats. Let's go see what trap awaits us. What's up, fellas? There's a,
Not so fast.
What do you want? I've been told to come here.
All right, you're cleared. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Yeah. Okay. It's a trap. Hey, Percival.
How may I be of assistance?
Apparently, I don't need to hear about your stuff. Just in case things get nasty. Stealing. Adjutant Akandi's notebook. She's writing poetry. Examine anything on a desk? No. What about over here?
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival.
Oh, good. Why did you want to see me?
I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction.
Yeah, they're not good things.
I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
We need to talk about the lifetime employment program.
I'll answer however I can.
You don't honestly believe all this lifetime employment nonsense, do you?
The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. There's no dark secret buried in the fine print. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
You're an idiot. I saw the presentation. Rocco wants to sacrifice the colony to save Byzantium.
Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. We must protect this city at any cost. Help me execute the Lifetime Employment Program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing.
What does any of this have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats.
I mean, I want to save how see, I don't think the top one makes sense. Like, she's saying, I'm with you, I want to save Halcyon as much as you do, but she doesn't really want to save Halcyon, she wants to save Byzantium. In order to save Halcyon? Yeah, maybe, but no. But she doesn't like the board. Okay.
I'm glad to hear that. We can still rescue Halcyon, but we can't be bound by red tape and regulations. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the system. Someone who can get things done.
How long do we have?
We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful.
That's what that research in Roseway was all about.
Before you interfered in Roseway, Dr. Anton Crane was on the verge of developing a powerful appetite suppressant. It would have made his career. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option.
I don't know about this. What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony
Corporate
had
greed.
sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
That's a pretty good argument for getting rid of the board entirely.
I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively maddening.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Someone pays me lots of money, I go shoot them in the head.
We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
Nope. I don't understand. What did Edgewater do to deserve this?
When you diverted power to the botanical lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources. The town is a rotting limb, and we must be surgeons.
We're talking about human lives here.
Edgewater's workers consume 6 times as many resources as they produce. The best thing that town can do for its colony is to die. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed.
Just like that, Edgewater's not productive anymore, so we wipe it off the planet.
We don't have any other option. The colony is on the verge of collapse, and we no longer have the luxury of easy solutions.
The answer is no.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
I don't really have a choice, do I?
Not true. You can choose to say, "Yes, ma'am," or "At once, Madam Adjutant," or "As you wish," or even, "I'll take care of it."
Go to hell.
I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
Come out. Can I not walk out? No. Why is it stealing if I just defended myself? Now, how's my reputation with the board? They're scared. Okay, we have the main elevator. I wonder what would have happened if I said I'd do it and then just didn't do it.
Something's not right.
Oh, it doesn't go through the bars. Interesting.
I got a body here. I'll find whoever did it. What was that? No!
Oh, aren't they cute with their Paralon Gorgon and Murder on Eridanus weapons? I think it's really nice too for them to have some vending machines like just here so I can sell all their gear. That's really convenient for me. Aw. I didn't get a reward from Percival.
Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Oh, yeah. I'm a regular genii.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator.
Okay.
You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
What's going to happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the Sun.
Yeah, so nothing terrible. Alright, tell me about the Hope.
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
What's that doing again?
Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. Are you breathing comfortably, Captain? I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Sounds good.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
So you wanted me to murder the Edgewater. Now, fair enough, those people, like some of those people are jerks, but they didn't deserve murdered.
Do soon return in one piece, Captain.
Repower the skip drive and patch Ada through. Hey, Quincy. Did you not get burned?
Greetings. Authorized personnel.
Is this not what we need? What we need is through the... Oh, I see. Go, Ada.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Processing. Maintenance required for
Why is my disguise not working? It says it's working. I guess maybe the robots don't care for my disguise. I'm sure it's going to be upstairs, right? Yeah. Well, that floor doesn't look very healthy. Okay, so all we have to do is make it all the way to the end.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
I wonder if I need to be killing those guys first. Hey man, it's going good. How you doing? Patch Ada through.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Alright, let's do it, Ada.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially
Hades,
kill an
That's a
entire
while back.
planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Alright, do it. Let's do it, Ada.
Jump starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Do it.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends. Yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport. And this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Holding on to something? Please don't crash into Terra 2. Would you look at that?
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Okay. Been busy? Busy's good though, right? Is there an easier way to check out of here? How are all the humans? Oh man, really? No loot? Wait, how do I get out now? Ada, I'm stuck. Never mind.
Huh? What was that? I don't recognize you. Are you new here?
You probably shouldn't be talking to me. Corporate doesn't like us socializing on duty.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here.
I was transferred here by HHC.
I guess you've got a point.
I better get back to work.
I don't have time for this. Move along.
Ooh. That's a skeleton. Okay. I can't. None of the security noticed that we brought our ship into the hangar. Woot. Alright, pop in and see what Phineas has to say.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Okay.
Thank the law you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board has sent some serious firepower to pry me out of here. They're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember.
What?
The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to dock.
I'll be here. Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
This is going to get messy, I think. They better not have hurt the sissy pigs. You okay, Bubbles? They didn't hurt you, did they? As per official arrest protocol outline defense, this location, arrested for crimes. Oh man, okay, so he sent me a note about corporate pigs. Do I have to kill Bubbles? Mop up melted pig. There's going to be something inside. Oh, it better not be inside Bubbles. Personal files. It's about the people on the Hope. Huh. Pick up Finn's Force. So Space's choice gone. Oh, terrible, Phineas. Oh, make your way through Tartarus and confront Chairman Rockwell. Alright, dude. You're in for... Subject may be unstable. Okay. And who's going to feed Bubbles? This is it, Ada. You're about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of Halcyon Colony. Saves made out of this point can only finish the main story. Side quest DLC such as Puzzle God or Murder and Eridanus will be unavailable for any saves beyond this point. Would you like to continue? No. I would like to set a manual save. Just to be safe. Let's go. That's nice that they bring that up to let you know. No, I've already saved. Yep.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Nice try, but not happening.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Well, how long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
What's the intimidate, you hullhead? Don't you know who I am? Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire. Let's go the persuade. We went silver tongue. Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
Alright. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance? Take care.
So we just conned him out of his ID so that we can walk around in their area without getting detected, right?
Captain did right by us once. Now it's
What's that
our
noise?
turn.
I saw
The
something.
board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardat.
It's Jinlei.
Somebody clean up this mess.
Oh, we're just going to let them push on in front of us.
What was that? More paperwork.
Your execution brought to you by UBL.
Can't jump up there.
Switching target!
He's like, why aren't you helping us?
You're not worth the paperwork. What? Something's not right. I'm gonna go have a look.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you? Talking while on shift?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake, just don't do it again.
Thank you.
Today's password from column is 1-Akande. Meanwhile, I think I was trying to hack my way into... I don't know, well, actually, somewhere probably good. Could have just gone through the door. I need caffeine drink. Should have slept. Make your way through Tartarus, kill Chairman Rockwell. Ladder? How do we get down there? I get to use the thing.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you talking while on shift again?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake. Just don't do it again.
Thank you. No prisoners. I'm switching target.
Are these the the Von Noise? So I guess all the people that we helped are here to help us through if we're going to do the fighty path. That's totally cool. I like seeing that because it sort of, you know, gives you reason to do those things and help everyone. Unsealed door. That's tough.
Sorry, can see me now.
So the Mardets from the Groundbreaker. The Von Noise from, what's that, Monarch?
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Fugitive's a fugitive.
What's his name?
Take him down!
Gotta find cover! I deserve a fine bonus.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
Doomed. Phineas and I are saving the colony. I'm just rooting out corruption one idiot at a time. Yeah, that's good.
Idiot? I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Chairman Rockwell, just the man I'm here to kill.
How dare you? Even thinking about killing the chairman of the Halcyon board is a felony. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner
Yes, sir.
myself.
Oh, of course. How long until you're done?
Is that sarcasm? Do you know what I do to people who employ the lowest, most base form of humor? I fire them. Alas, as you are woefully unemployed, I'll have to do the next best thing and have you killed. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
I wonder if I can hack it. I'll be there before you know it. Let's get the zappy zappy out for it. Just in case we can't hack it. I can get my lockpick up to 90. Yeah, 90's the highest I can get it. I wonder if I can speak to this guy. He's going to have the key, isn't he? Man, am I gonna have to kill him now? Oh, I see.
Target reacquired.
So what did the hack do for him? Gives me like one free shot, which I get anyway because I was behind him. Yeah, it kind of feels weird that we can climb up a ladder to get up here as well.
Stellar base counting on us.
It's kind of cool that they have all the different ways to do this.
Not so bad.
Can I help you?
Are you new here? Oh, no.
That's probably the best one so far. Are you talking on shift? Please don't tell anyone. Oh, hang on. Ah. Seriously trying to hit me? Hey, don't do that.
That's how we fucking do it.
Dude, shooting at me.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Good job, MSI. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Alright, Rockwell. So no benefit from hacking this big boy. Unless I can take out the drones first. Hey Valkyrie, how you doing? Oh, hang on. He's on my side because we hacked him. I had to shoot him to make him jump into combat. No, he's shooting at me now. The hack just meant he was shooting the other guys first, I think. Or shooting the other guys as well. Oh, those things are bad. Yeah, I can leave him to clean up those. Where is it? Man, that is... I'm good, man. Getting a little bit of resistance from this big, what's her name? Police cop wannabe. No, police cop. Robocop. Police cop. Police cops. Yeah, it's the Simpsons thing. I think.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Get out the way. Wait, where am I supposed to be going? Over there.
Take him down! Let's also... Bring him down! Attack! Open fire!
It's a good movie, Police Cops? Yeah.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight!
Okay, so we definitely want to hack the robot. I don't know.
After all, you're...
What are we? 2, 3, 2, 2? Is what I've been doing? Yeah. You've never seen it, but it's a good movie? Yeah, I heard it's a good movie too. No, no, no.
Required for adjacent automech.
Okay, we're not supposed to let him hit us with that charge, I think. Come on. Run it. Oh. I need to hit this dude one time. Where is he? He's down. concussed. I don't want to be concussed. Yeah. Still concussed, but... So I ran too close. Actually, what we could have done is taken out those boxes before the fight started.
Seems it's up to me to save Halcyon after all. Why not?
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You lunatic. You broke into the board's own fortress and killed the chairman just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You know I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Phineas.
I know, my friend, I know. And now it's finally over. The board's finished. It's only a matter of time before the entire system slips from their grasp. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Aww. Great, now it's just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate.
I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
Doesn't sound good.
2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Well, we better get people from the Hope out. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We best get started.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You can help on me. You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an
achievements are
unplanned
rolling
variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs.
Oh no.
It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena Time. Their work eventually allowed Wells and his scientists to treat many of Halcyon's marauders. As their addiction waned, the colonists who had lived for so long under the thrall of Adrena Time returned to their communities and loved ones, and joined in the effort to save Halcyon.
That's nice.
In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed.
Spectrum Brown, man.
A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option.
Oh, good on you, Spencer.
Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing
Thanks,
wounds,
Deborah.
dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the unreliable supply closet to this day. Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact
that means
with
you can
gave
find
him
it
a sense
and actually
of
fix it
renewed
up
purpose and vigor.
in the game.
Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
We did it, chat. A great game. Very much so enjoyed.